This is the Kremlin, citadel of Russian communism. Looking at Russia, we might see it as a country to be studied, as we study other nations of the world. Yet we know that Russia today is regarded as a grave threat to our nation, to our freedom, to the peace of the world.
Welcome, comrades, to the show, where I'm most certain that Russian propaganda is slowly but surely infiltrating your education systems. And I feel a little off today, but we're gonna try to do our normal thing anyway. Worst case scenario, we just kind of do a chill stream, you know? Worst case scenario, I just kind of end up relaxing, and we just kind of talk like this. So best case scenario, you get normal spits. Worst case scenario, you just give me a chill. I mean, is it really bad? I don't know. You guys decide. Welcome, Salamandermo. Hey, what's up, Sal? How you doing? It's been a little while. Haven't seen you in a bit. Whew. Okay. I wasn't exactly sure if I was gonna even do Exclusion Zone today, but I figured, we can always stop it if we want to, and we can talk about something funny maybe, instead of just talking about all the sad stuff all the time. Even though there's a lot of sad stuff. You're at work and listening? Oh, well, spasibo большое. Thank you very much, comrade, for joining in on us. You need the news? Oh, God. What the hell's going on right now? Let me see if I'm willing to talk about something currently happening. Because we know it's always freaking Ukraine at the moment, I was gonna talk about one, Candace Owens being stupid. In case you guys didn't what? Candace Owens being stupid? Saying something dumb and lacking context in the world? That makes no sense. Spets, you must be crazy. Everyone knows she's a genius with lots of knowledge about the world, and totally not just a pawn of the Republican Party. Not at all. How bad? I mean, I don't know. It's the world right now, dude. What the hell is not going on? Pandemics, wars. Not that we haven't had wars before. Not that, life hasn't been nothing but America going to war constantly. But, this one, it's being televised a bit more, and so it kind of hurts. Innocent people dying in general is always a terrible thing that Spets doesn't exactly enjoy. Wonder what's Fox doing? Oh, God. Well, that's funny that you ask, because one of the stories that I wanted to cover real quick, Fox only recently covered it, and so did a few other outlets, but Vice had apparently covered it a while ago. As I said, I wanted to keep things a little sillier today, a little not so depressing, if we can avoid it. If we get into depressing news, that's fine. I'm just saying. Spade's not doing so well emotionally. He had nightmares. Nightmares tend to really wreck him, especially when they happen to be, like those like mania-induced ones where you're like, oh my, that's super realistic, and then you wake up confused and anxious. But let's not let that hold us back now. First things first, where the hell am I? This. Okay, comrades, so a lot of news outlets are only recently picking this up, but Vice had it back in March. So we have here there's a congressman, Representative Lance Gooden. He's a Republican, and he lives in Texas. He's come up with an interesting proposition. maybe you comrades will be interested in, maybe you want to take him up on the offer. Essentially, Lance is hoping that he can make it so the average American citizen can obtain a letter of marque, and basically he wants to make pirates. He wants Americans to be pirates, like on the actual seas, and seize yachts and jets and penthouses and planes and stuff from Russian oligarchs. No more, comrades, will you be the pirates of the computer desk. No more shall you visit the pirate bay and hang out there. Now you guys can make a real pirate bay out in Texas. You guys can go freaking steal Russian crap, dude. I can't believe that people like this exist. I had nightmares at the start of this jazz. Yeah. Right now the news is a bit of a nightmare. Kind of like life on this planet in general. But I still believe firmly that the world is getting better, and I want you guys to remember that. Humanity used to be worse. Don't believe me? Please read medieval history. Or before that. Read ancient history. Just read some history. Humans used to do some pretty effed up stuff. Just because we have bigger weapons now doesn't mean that we're worse. We don't use them as much as we used to. We still do, but not as often, which is always a good thing. And hopefully we'll just continue to chill out as time goes on, unless of course we all die from this. What are they gonna do? I don't freaking know. I mean, I get the feeling that this is more of a what do you call it? More of a gesture rather than an actual hope that he wishes for to be accomplished. But essentially, as the article reads, storming a sanctioned Russian oligarch's $100 million mega yacht and seizing the vessel on behalf of the US government might sound like a job for professionals. But apparently GOP Congressman, what's his name again? Gooden. I couldn't remember his name. Lance Gooden. He has a plan where you comrades can do this. He introduced this bill. It says this week. Again, this is an old article. Other people have been recently talking about it, but like this was introduced in the early beginning of this month, not recently. I just wanted to talk about it because of the fact that it was not being talked about by other people and I thought it was funny. But yeah, so according to Vice here, theoretically, it would allow the enlistment of American civilians in the global hunt for Russian assets. The US, UK, and European Union have all ratcheted up sanctions, blah, blah, blah. We all know this. Gooden said his plan would allow Americans to seize all manner of physical assets owned by sanctioned oligarchs if only oligarchs are the targets. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, if it's like everyday Russian citizens, then definitely no. But like, am I against? Are you suggesting, comrade, that we seize the assets of rich tyrants? Next thing you know, this guy will be telling us to seize the means of production. Maybe Comrade Gooden is on the wrong side. Maybe he only joined the Republican Party so that he can wear red. Medieval history, we stole and pillaged. Like, how often white girls kids start back? I mean, a dude in the UK steal... Wait, I mean, a dude in the UK did steal a Russian oligarch's million worth apartment? Really? One sec. Choking on water. Not something I expected to do today. Comrades, this has been one of those days. I'm still dying. Hold on. Okay. I am less dying now. Anyway. Man, I can't return my voice back to normal. I'm dying still. God. Alright, I think I am back to a regular state, although I still feel the water in my throat. I'm gonna cough again. But hopefully I'm a lot better to continue. The welcome potato. Hey potato, what's up? Man, water killing me. All right, so it pertains to any property outside Russia owned by Russian oligarchs on the Treasury's list of sanctioned individuals. Okay. Like, how do we feel about this? Like, I guess. I mean, on one hand, this is outright theft, and I don't agree with theft, but on the other hand, they are Russian oligarchs. Can we do this to American oligarchs as well, though? I would like to. How about we just do this to all oligarchs? I think I'm all right with that. Let's go ahead, seize the means of production, and take all oligarch stuff. What do you guys think? We good with that? I think Comrade Gooden is onto something. You know, like I said, he's just he only Republican so he can wear red. That's all he wants. He's on the wrong team though. He needs to come over to this team. Come on over here. I didn't realize that the article's been cut off. Sorry about that, guys. Спасибо большое, and thank you very much, Comrade Salamandermo, for pledging yourself to the revolution. Remember, comrades, every single time someone pledges themselves to the revolution, Spets apparently chokes on water and tries his best to survive. Hopefully that will continue for a while. Like so. Oh man. Wait a minute, what number are we at? Hold up. I do not have the counter on this screen. Hold on, comrades, we're gonna go ahead and switch channels for a second. Because I want to see. No, we don't need to switch channels for that. We'll just look at it after we look at some stuff. We'll look at it in a second. I really want to know what the sub count is out now, because we're actually pretty high. Anyway, comrades, so let's continue on. Gooden's pitch is to bring back an antiquated legal concept known as letters of marque. Yeah, that's what I thought. He literally wants to bring back letters of marque, dude. This is literally piracy. That's all this is. It's funny. I'll take it. It's hilarious. I'm just saying. His bill would not apply to cyberspace though. So, comrades, we can't be cyber pirates. Sorry. Maybe in the future, but for now, there's no cyber piracy. Apologize. I forgot. There you go. You guys can't see that there. There we go. No cyberspace. Also does not include, property within Russia. So don't go into Russia thinking that you can just take stuff. It's not gonna work. Also, I get the feeling that the Russian government wouldn't really approve of that. So, steal their crypto. If they keep their crypto on a physical drive, like some, one of those little thingies, then sure, go ahead and take that stuff. But according to Gooden, you can't do it if it's not. You could take the computer, though. Computers are still worth a good amount of money. All your monks are mine. Man. Actually, you know what? I should point out, this is in around the same time. This is also an old article now, I think, but what was it? Russian oligarch bounty Putin. Yeah, it's from around the same time. I wonder why. Okay. But we'll do Business Insider, why not? Basically, here, let's change. Use this one so we can see the screen a little better. This man, Alexander Konanichin, I don't know how to say your name, comrade, is offering a $1 million bounty to anyone who captures Vladimir. So if you capture Mr. Putin, you get the right to $1 million, according to Alex here. Now, he doesn't want you to kill him, though. He doesn't want you to kill him. He just wants you to arrest him. You gotta capture him. He needs him a lot. All right, so you guys got to be careful how you do this. But if you can do it, he promises to pay $1 million. I mean, here it says officer, but like, I mean, you guys can go do it, right? You're fine. Just go right ahead. So what you can do is you can steal a fleet of yachts and some planes from some Russian oligarchs using that Texas law once it passes, and then you use those to infiltrate Russia while Russia's preoccupied in Ukraine, and then you go take Putin and you trade him in for the $1 million bounty. Boom, easy. Look at that. Taser, see? Easy. But man, how old is Putin now? Putin age. I know that he's a trained KGB agent, but he's 69 years old, guys. Come on. Nice, by the way. I mean, come on. You guys can take him, right? We got this. It's time to start the revolution. In addition to that, we can start the revolution right in Russia. Has 2, maybe 3 daughters. He barely talks. Putin, what the hell's wrong with you? Anyway, but yeah, for real. Yeah, let's go start the revolution. Come on. If we're gonna if we're going funny, going to do Smash or pass Pokemon? Wait, what? I'm confused. I'm scared. Oh, Smash or no? I don't do that. That's disgusting. I don't do that kind of stuff in general. Getting people to Smash or pass Pokemon. Oh my god. I know what you're talking about now. I haven't watched any of it though. But yeah, so that's a thing. So now we can go become pirates and then capture Putin and we can start the revolution. At the same time though, I wanted to talk about Miss Owens. Okay, so this one is just stupid. Miss Owens was asked to, she decided to comment on a question. You know, I'll just let her speak for herself. How about that? Hold on one sec, comrades. Let me go ahead. Let's pause our music because I want you guys to listen to Miss Owens give such a brilliant and truly amazing answer to an accusation on Comrade Putin. And no. I do want to point out one thing when we're done this, but no, we'll cover. We'll talk about the whole thing. Anyway, here we go.
We've got some mean tweets that I haven't seen yet, so we're gonna read some of them. This is gonna be fun. Oh, someone said to me, okay, I guess this was in response to a tweet where I said, I'm the only person who has considered how pulling out of Afghanistan and starting a war with Russia are related from an energy policy perspective. And Anthony said, hey, McFly, we didn't start a war with Russia. Putin didn't even start a war. He started a genocidal colonization. Where are you? Ukraine is defending itself and the rest of the world from an authoritarian regime, and all you can think about is fossil fuel profitability. Wow, a genocidal colonization is interesting. Again, going back to my point of people being stupid, you know, he's not trying to commit a genocide of the Ukrainians. That obviously makes no sense because there is no difference ethnically from Ukrainians and Russians. Obviously, Ukraine wasn't a thing until 1989. Ukraine was created by the Russians. It was, you know, they speak Russian, so it's absolutely ridiculous. And again, this entire episode has been exposing to you how ignorant people are about the goals of Vladimir Putin. He has goals. The goal is not to just get rid of Ukrainians. That makes entirely no sense. It would not be helpful for him. So I would just encourage that guy to get a little more educated. Second mean tweet.
All right. I haven't seen the second mean tweet. I've only seen the first one. So, all right, Candace. So I will grant, I don't know that that Putin is particularly attempting to commit genocide. Are they, you know, targeting certain areas inside cities that they definitely shouldn't be doing? Yes. Is the war itself terrible and should it be happening? Wait, terrible and should it not be happening? There we go. Yes. All these things are true. But what I wanted to talk about is Candace. Ukrainian culture is quite old. The Ukrainians may even a Ukrainian may even want to trace their roots back to the Kievan Rus. Now, when she says that Ukrainians speak Russian, it is true that many Ukrainians speak Russian. One can even argue that most Ukrainians speak Russian. However, Ukrainian is its own separate language, and the roots of that language help to explain that they are indeed not Russian ethnically. The Ukrainian people, their language is closer to Polish than it is Russian. It does have a lot of similarities with Russian, don't get me wrong, but nonetheless, it is not, in fact, Russian. And Ukraine did exist in the Soviet Union in the early 1900s, and it existed because while it was part of the Russian Empire before, they were still their own cultural group with their own people. It's kind of effed up, to be honest, to just be like, oh, they're all just Slavs, right? So they're all the same. I mean, should all people, regardless of ethnicity, be considered the same? Yeah, I'm a big believer on that. But what you're saying, Candace, is wrong. You're wrong. And then they call other people stupid for multiple war crimes would like to speak differently of this. Yeah, no. Like I said, is the Russian military committing war crimes? Yes. Is Putin purposefully trying to genocide all Ukrainians? No, I don't think so. But nonetheless, Does that make it right? Hell no. And does that make what Candace just said correct? F no. The frick is wrong with these people? I want to know what the next mean tweet is, though. Wait, before
Who's
we
it
do
coming
that,
from?
what did we have? What was it again? Did I miss something?
Wow, genocidal colonization is interesting. Again, going back to my point of people being stupid, you know, he's not trying to commit a genocide of the Ukrainians. That obviously makes no sense because
It would make sense. It would be it would be like, does she not know about what Stalin did? What about when the Ukrainians suffered on Stalin, dude? When you know, like the famine that Ukraine suffered, also the fact that they moved tons of Russian. Part of the reason why there's so many Russians in Ukraine is because of the movement of people to do the mines and stuff like that in Ukraine. Like,
there's very there is no difference ethnically from Ukrainians and Russians. Obviously, Ukraine
there's no difference ethnically. Yeah, there is.
wasn't a thing until 1909. Ukraine was created by the Russians. It was, you know, they.
Wait, until when? 1909?
Ukraine was created by the Russians. It was, you know, they speak Russian ethnically from Ukrainians and Russians. Obviously, Ukraine wasn't a thing until 1909. Ukraine was.
Did she say 1989? Oh, she said 1989. Okay, first of all, no. If she's talking about modern day Ukraine, I believe it was 1991. Look this up. Ukraine. Founding year? Let's just look up Ukraine. 1991 withdrawal from the Soviet Union, 1991 referendum, current constitution, 1986. But as this also points out, the Ukraine was a thing in the early 1900s. You could also trace it back to earlier things than that, if you wanted to. Yeah, 1989. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's also saying according to the. Wait, where the hell were we? Did I just close what? No, I didn't. Okay. It says it down here according to the transcript as well. So, it's a feeling they are purposely trying to kill civilians. I mean, that's a possibility. Where they let people away from the fighting to only funnel them into it. It's a high possibility they're attempting to kill civilians. Hold on. There is a possibility that this is a goal of theirs. Nonetheless, I don't know that an attempt to wipe out the Ukrainian people ethnically would be the goal. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. One sec. Yeah, because like by the definition of genocide, you're trying to destroy the ethnicity or the nation completely. I don't think that would be their goal. But killing civilians might be. Demoralization might be. What do I think Putin's actual goal is? Yikes. Okay, so Putin seems to be trying, as it's fairly obvious, Putin seems to be trying to restore the power of the Russian Empire, I guess. Not even the Soviet Union, really. Let's be honest. Casual civilian side. No, it's still oh, war is so stupid. With so many specifics as well. Regardless of what the actual definition of, who gives a crap about the words. Point being, yes, Russian military doing bad things right now needs to stop. Period. End of story. Also, Candace Owens knows nothing about Ukrainian history and Ukrainian ethnicity, which is kind of disgusting. Please don't make comments on Ukrainian ethnicity and history if you don't know the difference between the Russian people and the Ukrainian people. Don't act like. Basically, she's spewing literal Russian propaganda right now, and that's not okay. The Ukrainians have their own identity, and to claim that they're the exact same as the Russians is kind of taking that away. It's reminiscent of the what do you call it? It's reminiscent of what China's doing to Hong Kong, where they're like being like, oh yeah, you know, Cantonese and all that, that's just Chinese. That's just a dialect of Chinese. Not at all its own original language. Also, why does the West only seem to send hopes and prayers when Ukraine is asking for real stuff? Well, okay, so that's more complicated. If we send, so we have been sending military weaponry. We have been sending weapons. We have been helping with training and things like that. To actually send soldiers, however, would be to risk a larger war. A larger war is not exactly something that a lot of people want right now. We're still kind of hoping that we can stop things with Ukraine. It's unlikely, but it's possible. A larger war would look a lot scarier than this. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel for the Ukrainian people. With Russian assets frozen, the GOP is running out of money due to no Russian money. Oh, that's a good thing, right? But, oh, that's the good news? I see. No, you gotta think about the fact that World War III is a real possibility here. We often talk about China and Russia being good friends, but they're actually mostly just friends when it comes to like trading and stuff. They're not really military buddies, but Russia and India are a little bit friendlier with military, and India might take a dislike to the fact that if we aid Russia, I mean, if we attack, we fight with Russia, that their buddy that gave them nukes might not be around much longer to give them more assistance should Pakistan and India ever go into fighting. Also, strangely enough, Pakistan is starting to like Russia, which is really sucky for us because that was the reason we gave them nukes to begin with. Then what else you got? You've got Belarus, a lot of different nations that end with Stan. You basically involve a lot of countries that we don't want involved right now if we can avoid it. You know what I'm saying? But like we have jets and tons of leftovers from stuff from Afghanistan. We can just call it secondhand found tech for the Ukrainians. We have been giving Ukraine weapons. A lot of Ukrainians are using M4s and M16s. America, weapons, Ukraine. U.S. details which weapons, ammunition it's sending to Ukraine. We have been sending weapons and ammunition to Ukraine. How the U.S. raced to arm Ukraine against Russia. U.S. adds kamikaze drones as more weapons flow to Ukraine. Announced $800 million in new military aid for Ukraine, including 800 additional Stinger anti-aircraft missiles. U.S. 5 days ago. So U.S. had already gave 200 million in weapons, and so 16 hours ago, they've increased things with 800 more. So we are giving $1 billion in aid at the moment to Ukraine. Fact sheet as of 1 day ago from the WhiteHouse.gov. The new $800 million assistance package includes 800 Stinger anti-aircraft missiles, 2,000 Javelin, 1,000 light and anti-armor weapons, 6,000 anti-tank, AT-4 anti-armor systems, 100 tactical unmanned aerial systems, 100 grenade launchers, 5,000 rifles, 1,000 pistols, 400 machine guns, 400 shotguns, over 200 rounds of small arms ammunition and grenades. 200, did I just say 200? 20 million is what I meant to say. The hell is my brain is all messed up. 20 million rounds of small arms ammunition and grenade launcher and mortar rounds, 25,000 sets of body armor, and 25,000 helmets. In addition to the weapons list listed above, previous United States assistance committed to Ukraine included all of this stuff. We got 5 helicopters in there, some patrol boats, artillery, counter mortar radar systems, Humvees, secure communications, electronic warfare detection systems, body armor, helmets, other tactical gear, military medical equipment to support treated and combat evacuation, explosive ordnance disposal and demining equipment, and satellite imagery and analysis capability. So yeah, no, we got a lot of stuff going there. We just don't want to send people there, because the moment we send people there, then things get real bad, because Russia's like, oh, I see. No longer is this just a war between me and Ukraine. Now it's between me and you guys. Okay, I'm going to send a lot more stuff. There's also a joke I feel like I want to make. Why don't we send Kyle? That joke's been made 1,000,000 times and you know it. Oh, God. I mean, hey, he did some fancy moves. God, I don't want to talk about that. People died. We're talking about people dying in mass. Oh, God. Stalin was right. Frickin'. Oh, the death of one man is a tragedy, but the death of millions is a statistic. Oh, no, he was right. Oh, no. That's actually a psychological thing. I don't know if you guys know that, like, what was it? Seeing people suffer, like, see 1 or 2 people suffer, is really sad, but seeing, like, millions suffer, it's sad, but, like, we don't cry as much over it, and the reason why is because, like, the human brain just can't comprehend that many people at once. You know, like, we're not capable of processing the entire, probably for good reasons. I mean, imagine if you were just as sad about 1 million people individually as you are sad about one individual. Like, if it was amplified, like, it's good to be sad about 1 million people suffering, but, like, if there was an amplification of it by the number of people, oh god, we'd be dead. We'd kill ourselves. The drastic unpersonality. Yeah. Oh, frick. But yeah, so we've said a bunch of stuff, which is really nice. But Russia's also threatened nuclear war if we actually fight. And Russia has already said that a lot of the things that they already count the sanctions and stuff like that we're doing is as an act of war. Russia claimed Putin nuclear threat. Why is Putin nuclear threat in Ukraine? Could be more than bluster. Putin's nuclear threats are a wake-up call for the world. Zelensky calls Putin nuclear threat a bluff. Hopefully it's a bluff. I really hope so, because that would kind of suck. Hey, look! Oh, look, comrades, don't worry. Comrades, thankfully, oh my god, thankfully, comrades, in these trying times, this comrade, Dupla Survival, has come here to let us know that we can purchase followers, primes, and viewers. Look at that, comrades. Isn't that amazing? I love it so much that I'm gonna send him on a free trip to the Gulag. So kind. So sweet. There's a spaghetti emote. Wait, why are there why are there spaghetti emotes? Why are there spaghetti emotes? What is that from? That's a global emote. Why are there spaghetti emotes? Do I have a spaghetti emote? Don't know. That's I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. Okay? I'm just confused. Anyway, comrades, okay, so we talked about Candace Owens, we talked about being able to be pirates, we talked about being able to be bounty hunters if you want to. I really want to see Ukraine war map. I wanna see what Ukraine looks like. I'm gonna cry. Oh, wait a minute. When was this last updated? 2 days ago. Oh no, give me something recent. 9 hours ago? Okay. It still looks real bad, but Kyiv is still Ukrainian. Oh no, this is gonna Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you guys the full thing, my bad. I apologize. Russian advances. I also apologize. I need to start doing. People have asked us to make this into a podcast, but like, one, it'd be nice to get more people on to talk, which, you know, that's kind of a plan for when we do a podcast kind of stuff. But two, I need to start like telling people what's on the screen. Obviously, there's no point in starting right now because we're not going to be doing this. But if you were listening to a podcast, because some of you might be just listening anyway, I'm just showing off a war map of Ukraine, and right now we got Chernihiv. I'm gonna butcher Ukrainian names because I'm much more familiar with Russian ones. I apologize, but Chernihiv seems to be kind of surrounded by Russian advances. Kharkiv is definitely Russian at the moment, but they're still fighting over it. Luhansk and Donetsk we've already known. Mariupol I already heard had fallen. Mariupol, is that how you say that word? Kherson has fallen. Mykolaiv looks like Russian advances are coming toward it. But Kyiv is still standing, and that's very nice to hear. Especially because Belarus has also been assisting Russia in the north there. This is depressing. I said we weren't gonna talk about depressing stuff. That wasn't gonna be a thing. I don't even want to make fun of PragerU. I had a PragerU video. Do you guys want the PragerU video? Or should we go to gaming? You guys, you let me know what's up. Welcome, right, Twix. Right, Twix. Thank you, comrade. You just gonna lurk? You want to see some World War III? We could go play some World War III. Not real life World War III. I don't want to do that. But I mean, if you want, I could show you what World War III the game looks like. You can make some decisions. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some music. I want something to distract me. Alright. I need something in my life, comrades. I'm sorry, okay? Спасибо большое, Potato, for sending our comrade Vatash Tho. Oh, I see. To the Gulag. Remember, comrades, you can win free trips to the Gulag by also being bots. Neat. Oh, hold on, one sec. Sorry. I'm feeling, like I said before I started this stream, feeling a bit emotional today. So my reaction to that was a bit emotional. Спасибо большое, and thank you very much, comrade Potato, for pledging yourself to the revolution. Remember, comrades, that every single time someone pledges themselves to the revolution, not only do you ensure that Spets has a roof over head, and he gets to cut in line and bread lines, I'm just saying, but you also ensure that we get to fight the good fight, and you know, maybe even though like we can't be there literally, maybe in spirit we can help the Ukrainian people, you know, by just you know, remembering and keeping them in our thoughts and minds, which I hope your thoughts are in your minds, because if they're not, then that's concerning. I don't know what your thoughts are doing outside your head. It's kind of weird. What do you guys want? World War III, or do we make fun of PragerU? Give me an answer, somebody. In the meantime, I will actually go back to this screen so that we got something to look at, you know, like when I'm talking. Also, Potato and I have been doing some cool stuff, I think. We started actually adding things to the YouTube channel. And we made a TikTok so we can put on, you know, the clips that we already have on here. I mean, if you like TikToks and instead of watching clips on here, you know, that's always a good thing. But yeah, so we're trying to branch out, you know, trying to see what we can do with the channel, see if we can actually get big. Because if we could get bigger, that would be great, you know. The more we get, the more I can stream, and the more we can add to the stream. Like all the new overlays we want to do. There's all kinds of like skits and stuff we would like to do in the future. We just don't have the ability as, you know, a now 2-person team that work full time, you know. But who knows? Maybe in the future. Little concerned, nobody's giving me an answer. Potato, Sal, somebody. You guys want to see some? You guys want to see gameplay? You want to see games, or you want to do the PragerU thing? What are you guys interested in? What else I gotta talk about? Let's see. Prager? All right. Well then, I guess that's what we're talking about. All right, comrades. So today's PragerU video of choice. Found a good one. How to end systemic racism. Now, for many, you may be like, but Spence, PragerU has never admitted that systemic racism existed. like ever, like literally, like every single time the thing comes up, PragerU always argues that it's not a real thing. So Spitz, what the hell is this? Well, I think we're all in for a treat when PragerU tells us that critical or that systemic racism exists. Maybe PragerU comrades has finally decided to go woke. Maybe they're on the left now. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, let's fight for the people. But I doubt it. So, without further ado, let us go ahead and pause our beautiful music. Beautiful. If you guys want the playlist for this stuff, let me know. I'm gonna start posting these things places. But pause. And now, let's get ready for the beautiful renditioning PragerU's classic. Racism doesn't exist.
There is systemic racism in this country, and people of color are paying a terrible price because of it.
I'm glad you're
The
accepting
elites who have
that.
instigated this moral crime deserve to be exposed for what they've done.
True.
The sooner we call attention to them, the sooner we expose their regressive ideas, the sooner we live in a more just society.
Like
No
redlining.
truth, no peace. Here's how bad it is. At Columbia University, Black students have a separate graduation from white students. In many other colleges, Black students are encouraged to live in their own separate dorms. Students in many New York City government schools are separated by color during the school year. State governments put regulations in place that make it harder for minorities to start businesses. A national museum declared
I'm gonna have to see some source information for that.
declares hard work and ambition to be white values.
I'm gonna have to see PragerU. You guys got some sources for this? Let's see. Where's your sources? Text list. Sources. PragerU usually drops sources for this stuff. Their sources usually tend to be real bad, though. I'm just saying, like real
Terrible
bad,
price
like yikes, kind of bad sources sometimes, including white supremacist websites, which we've seen. So let's see what kind of sources PragerU has provided us today. Where do we? Did you know PragerU is a 501 company, nonprofit organization, guys? Did you know that you can donate to PragerU? Comrades, how many times have you ever watched a PragerU video and been like, man, I really wish I could donate? Well, now you can. Instead of pledging to the revolution, you could pledge to PragerU. Oh, frick. Okay. America's education system is rife with blah, 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 blah. Self-identified. In 2021, Columbia University announced that in addition to its school-wide graduation ceremony, it would offer a separate, more intimate graduation for Black students as well as other groups who self-identify in a variety of ways. Miss, I'm sorry, what was your name again? Amala? Amala. That's not exactly what you just told us. Amala, it sounds like you've kind of shifted the conversation from what they said to what you decided to say. Made national headlines over commencement ceremonies by race, sexual orientation, and socioeconomic status. Such multicultural ceremonies have a history at many schools, but Columbia's was apparently the one to receive nationwide media attention. Though discussion and discourse are always important, most of the resulting social media frenzy focus on the wrong ideas. It is not about getting into the weeds and arguing over which historically marginalized group deserves to be recognized or whether these ceremonies are optional. The very creation and existence of such events is fundamentally problematic right out the gate. To segregate students by race, ethnicity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I agree that that's kind of weird, but like, they're offering it. You don't have to. Right? So basically, they're saying that you can do this if you want to. Like, to offer that. I understand. I don't really like it, but like I'm not. Maybe somebody else does like it. Maybe somebody wants to do that. So if it's just an offer and it's not mandatory, it's not what they're telling us. Isn't that right, Amala? What else did Amala say here? Amala, what else did you say?
White students. In many other colleges, black students are encouraged to live in their own separate dorms.
Okay, they're encouraged to live in their own separate dorms. National Association of Scholars found that 173 schools they surveyed, 42% offer segregated residences, 46% offer segregated orientation programs, 72% host segregated graduation ceremonies. That's kind of weird. National Review. I'd like to see their source. Separate but equal again. Neo-segregation in American higher education. I agree that's weird. Okay.
Students in many New York City government schools are separated by color during the school year.
New York City government-funded schools have been separated at times by color during the school year. Administrators call this race-based sorting affinity groups. I mean, we've already talked. I believe I mentioned it before, but this was a long time ago. The North never got desegregated, and it needs to. New York is one good example of that. New York City is terrible with segregation to this day. So I'm not even disagreeing with you, PragerU, at this point. We're not even enemies. I agree this is all weird. This is all really weird. You're right.
State governments put regulations in place that make it harder for minorities to start businesses. A national museum declares hard work and ambition to be white values.
Okay, where did that come from? The Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture has suggested that hard work and ambition are white values. In its 2020 guidelines for talking about race, the Federal Museum, including a section on aspects and assumptions of whiteness in the United States, which included objective, rational, linear thinking, quantitative emphasis, and hard work before play. Aspects and assumptions of whiteness and hard work before play. So meaning that doesn't that mean that like you should put the work before you have fun, which like is the expectation. I mean, which like isn't necessarily a good thing to do mentally. Maybe you need help first before you do hard work. Newsweek, in the Smithsonian Race Guidelines, rational thinking and hard work are white values. I'd like to learn more about this too. But if she's right on it, then that would also be bad. Unveiled guidelines for talking about race. Guidelines for talking about race. Wow, I don't like this. The graphic displayed in the guidelines entitled Aspects and Assumptions of Whiteness in the United States declares that rational thinking and hard... I want to see what they actually said. Assumptions of whiteness. Are they white values or assumptions of whiteness? Wait. Define what you're talking about. White dominant culture or whiteness refers to the ways white people and their traditions, attitudes, and ways of life have been normalized over time. Okay. And are now considered standard practices in the United States. The introduction to the section reads, and since white people still hold most of the institutional power in America, we have all internalized some aspects of white culture, including people of color. Another section says that white values include steak and potatoes, bland is best, and that white people have No tolerance for deviation from a single God concept. I feel like your wording's not good, making this like it's American culture that does this. But go on. And yes, I understand that white people are the majority in the country. I'm not saying that like I'm trying to say that it's you gotta be careful when you word things like this. Other subsections deal with family structure, rugged individualism, Protestant work ethic, and aesthetic. I mean, I'm cool with a lot of this stuff. Hard work is the key to success. No. Okay. See, this is where it's important to read. This is where it's important to read. So, PragerU, and also Newsweek, are claiming that this is saying that hard work is a white trait, according to the Smithsonian Museum. But what this is actually saying is that hard work is the only key to success, is a work ethic of our culture. And I question if what they're trying to point out is that hard work does not always obtain the goal in our country. That we have, because there's this whole notion in our culture and stuff like that, where we're told like, if you work hard enough, then you'll be rich one day, when that's actually not true. It's been shown that manipulation is how you get rich. Working hard ain't it. Which, you know, working hard should be it, but also work before play. If you didn't meet your goals, you didn't work hard enough. Exactly. Like that's not saying that other cultures don't have. No, they're trying to show where the inspiration for this particular idea came from. That if you didn't. Basically, it's an anti-slacking thing. If you're having fun at any time, because they're talking about Protestants. If you're having fun, then you're not living correctly. Basically, it's not saying that black people don't work hard. It's saying that Protestant work ethic was the belief that if you're enjoying life, then you're not doing life correctly. This is the misunderstanding. But I can understand where the misunderstanding come from. So I don't even fault PragerU for this one.
What?
They could still be manipulating the facts on purpose, but I feel like this is something that they could actually have accidentally stumbled into.
One of America's two major political parties assumes that many black people are incapable of obtaining a driver's license or an ID card. In Oregon, black students...
No. Okay. This one we don't even have to look at your freaking source for.
Assumes that many black people are incapable of obtaining a driver's license or an ID card.
No. We know that people who are poor are less likely to have driver's license and ID cards than people who are not poor. And that we also know that statistically, there's a large number of people who are poor and minorities. So, when you put two and two together, voter registration laws that require requiring identification of certain kinds to vote, you know, not having, you know, maybe you could use other things like proof of address and things like that. But instead using certain things that are very difficult for certain people to acquire, like for example, if you require a driver's license, then what if that person has their license suspended? Do they not have the right to vote because they made a mistake or because something bad happened or whatever? I don't think that's the case. I think they should still have the right to vote. So So no, this is a the other ones she had some merit on. This is not. That's
In
a
Oregon, black students are told
what do you call that? I can't even think. That's a trap, basically. That's not a real thing.
that math is a white construct, all but guaranteeing failure in this essential skill.
Okay, that makes no sense. Less than 10% of black fourth grade students in Baltimore. Wait, is this it? Wait, no, this is Oregon she's talking about. Oh, here we go. Left-wing ideology has set back young students of color through lower education standards. The Oregon Department of Is Oregon really like, hold on, before we even continue, when we talk about left-wing ideological facilities, are we really thinking about Oregon? Is Oregon really like the bastion of left-wing ideas? I don't know if that's what okay. Offered instruction tools for math educators and taught them that white supremacy culture can show up in math classes in various ways, including when the focus is on getting the right answer and when students are required to show their work. Who the hell is it's an ABC affiliate? Who the hell is Cat2? K2? Is it supposed to be a what do you call it? Because K2, isn't that a school term? Like K-2, K2. Am I wrong? Am I thinking K2, pros and cons of K2 elementary school grade configuration. Okay, so yeah, K2 is a type of, okay. So is that what this means? Is this like some type of affiliate with ABC that does like school stuff for like, you know, looking at kids' schools and stuff? A new debate has emerged over the controversial topic of white supremacy and racism in school math instruction. The Oregon Department of Education recently sent a newsletter to math educators in the state. The newsletter contained information about a virtual micro course in math equity instruction that teachers could sign up for. They have a link for that as well. Okay. It was titled Hiccups. It was not titled Hiccups, by the way. It was titled Pathway to Math Equity Microcourse 2.0, Valuing and Elevating Students' Discourse in the Math Classroom. The course was provided by a Pathway to Equitable Math Instruction entity focused on dismantling racism in mathematics instruction. The course offering started to garner headlines, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It offers an 82-page workbook on how teachers can examine their actions, beliefs, and values around teaching mathematics. The group claims white supremacy culture can show up in the classroom in various ways, including when the focus is on getting the right answer and when students are required to show their work. Okay, that sounds weird. I would like to know their reasoning for that. That does sound weird. It is like the most we've ever agreed with PragerU before. I'm pretty sure it is. Trying to introduce something other than the correct answer in math, and then some. I'd like to know if these people are being honest, though. Like, I find it funny that only the Oregon Republican Party chairman, former chairman, I should say, is saying anything about this. Oh, wait. Democratic state says she generally supports most ideas in the workbook while understanding some can challenge current opinions. She said she generally supports most ideas, so maybe some of the ideas are ridiculous. I will admit that to the naked eye, the proposal is pretty bold. It's going in a curious direction, but I think if we try to experiment with different ideas, experiment with different ways of learning, and try to capture the talents that our kids have. Interesting. I mean, I'd have to learn more about this to actually be able to comment on it. It sounds weird, though. Required to show your work, and that's one I like, you know. Wait, one Oregon teacher who is currently exploring some of the concepts in the workbook says there is somewhat of a middle ground in the debate. He supports some concepts but disagrees with others. Like the idea students shouldn't show their work. It says students are required to show your work, and that's one I like, you know. Wait, what? That's contradictory to what they just said before, isn't it? What the hell's happening here? Can someone help me? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Please tell me I'm okay. Students are required to show their work. But down here, this man said that the workbook says that it tells you that students should be required to show their work. I'm the type of teacher where I give them the answers and I want to see their thinking. Rahman says, exploring the concepts in the workbook has been a journey for him, and he's happy that his traditional methods of teaching are being challenged. There's something I might be doing that could be problematic. Okay, are people making things up about this book? Because this man says that he's working with the book, and he says that the book itself actually says for students to show their work. Meanwhile, these people over here are literally saying that it calls being forced to show your work to be a white supremacist culture value. I think we're getting lied to, because we're getting very different statements here. Which doesn't surprise me, because it's PragerU. Don't push it over the welcome, Smoke! Hey, Smoke, what's up? So showing your work for a math problem is white supremacy. No. So what's happening in this article is that this article is saying that what was it? The article is trying to claim that this new math teaching thing that they were doing in Oregon says that. It says that the group, the article claims that the group, A Pathway to Equitable Math, claims white supremacy culture can show up in the classroom in various ways, including the focus on getting the right answer and when students are required to show their work. However, when we scroll down in the article later, we get to meet a man, Mohammed Rahman, who is currently using, one Oregon teacher is currently exploring some of the concepts in the workbook. So he's currently using the workbook. And he says that it says students are required to show your work, and that's one I like, you know? I'm the type of teacher where I give them the answers and I want to see their thinking. So he's claiming that the book says the opposite. But they're claiming that the book... So the Republican Party former chairman is on the side of claiming that the book says one thing, trying to introduce something other than the correct answer in math, and then somehow tying it with white supremacy is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. But the book sounds like it's actually, if the teacher working with the book is to be trusted, he sounds like he's claiming that it doesn't say that at all. That in fact, it's trying to say that I mean, he makes he makes no mention of the right answer situation, but it does sound like he's trying to say that he wants to see how students think, and then of course then you can improve on that from there. Basically, instead of making a rigid teaching method where it's very like uniform and there's only one way, he's trying to find how people comprehend things, and even if they come to the wrong conclusion, find how they came to that conclusion, and therefore you can work backwards from there and attempt to help people find the correct conclusion using the way that their mind thinks, which sounds beautiful. Rahman says exploring the concepts in the workbook has been a journey for him, and he's happy that his traditional methods of teaching are being challenged. There's something I might be doing that could be problematic. So just looking inside and trying to make sure I'm the best version of myself, and make sure I'm teaching the best way I can to my students. This sounds like PragerU, shut the hell up. Like, just shut up. For real. This doesn't sound like what we're being told again. Okay, anyway, we're gonna continue this. I'd like to look more into that later, though, like on my own or something, because that, I don't know. I wanna find out more information about that stuff, because it actually sounds like, it sounds like we're being fed a load of BS from people who aren't actually using the workbook.
In Baltimore, less than 10% of minority students can read at grade level, all but guaranteeing failure in this essential skill.
Dang, if that's true, that's depressing. But I still think that that's actually part of what we're talking about. The nation's report card. Ooh.gov. Ooh. That's depressing as hell. Black students had an average score that was 36 points lower than that for white students. This performance gap was wider than that in 2009. 20 points. Hispanic students had an average score that was 30 points lower than white students. Data are not reported for Hispanic students in 2009 because reporting standards were not met. Female students in Baltimore City had an average score that was not significantly different from that of male. Students who were eligible for the National School Lunch Program had an average score that was 19 points lower than, yeah, which this right here shows that it is more, the issue is likely to be poverty. If you come, which I've said before, one of the, all right, so there's a few things that we need if we're going to fix the country. 1, wealth redistribution. 2, education for all. 3, healthcare for all. How do these things solve these problems? I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it for the rest of my life until it happens or until I'm dead. So, healthcare. When you have good healthcare, you ensure that people can work harder and things like that, because they don't have to worry so much about getting hurt. They don't have to worry so much. You know, if something bad happens, they're taken care of. In addition to that, they can go seek help immediately whenever something comes up. Many of us maybe you have a lump that you're not sure if it's cancerous. You don't want to get tested because, 1, you're afraid to find out. 2, if you do find out, how are you going to get removed? You don't have the money. Maybe you desperately need to go, I don't know, maybe you don't go to the dentist as often as you should. This is something that Spets has experienced throughout his whole life. My family has never been rich, and yeah, I didn't go to the dentist as often as I should. Literally going years without going to dentists. I still brush my teeth and stuff. Like, don't think that my teeth are all like rotten falling out of my mouth. Just saying. But anyway, the point being, many things that preventative care could assist in would make it so people in the long run would have less problems health-wise. They could work longer and harder throughout their lives, it basically benefits the society all around. Then you have the wealth redistribution and education system situation. If you have wealth redistribution, you make it so less people who currently have harder lives because of poverty wouldn't have that hard of a situation. If you could get people education, then you could also increase their chances of going to better jobs, of inventing things, of starting jobs themselves. Wealth redistribution and education combined with the healthcare situation would overall improve all of these factors. Of course, you're going to still have other issues that are going to hold certain students back. You're going to have personal issues. You're going to have teachers that just aren't good or who are, maybe biased or something like that. Many other situations are going to exist that will affect things as well. But these three things would drastically change situations for kids in schools, drastically change situations for jobs and job growth, drastically change our technological advancement. They would help the country overall. Period. But yeah, nonetheless, this 36 points versus this 19 points is definitely upsetting. Not that the 19 points is terrible in general, don't get me wrong. But the fact that it has lowered, as we can see, 19 points lower for the students who were not eligible in 2019, but the gap has not been significantly different from 2009. Whereas black students, we can't check on Hispanic students because we don't know what the numbers were in 2009, but black students we can, and their difference was 20 points before, and now it's 36. So it definitely has gotten lower in Baltimore, which is sad. I fail to see how that's a left-wing issue, though. Like, why are Baltimore schools failing? Democrats aren't left-wing, first of all. Can we just go ahead and say that? As we've said it many times before, the Democrats are not left-wing. Democrats fall into the right-wing category. Their policies are not left-wing. We do not have universal health care being pushed by most Democrats. We do not have wealth redistribution being pushed by most Democrats. We don't have left-wing ideas being pushed by Democrats, and Democrats love corporations. Absolutely love them. So please don't give me that bullshit. Ooh. I almost said, okay. But don't give me that bull. Just because they're more left than the Republicans doesn't mean they're actually left. It just means they are socially left. They're liberals. Anyway.
In Oakland, no student is allowed to get a D or an F. Instead, everyone is simply promoted to the next grade whether they know the material or not.
That sounds really dumb, but I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not a left-wing issue again. I'm just gonna keep going. Even if it is, I'm tired.
City councils demonize their own police departments, then vote to cut police budgets. Crime and murder skyrocket.
Weren't crime? I think crime was actually on the rise before. PragerU is making me so tired. Oh, we probably shouldn't have done the PragerU video. I told you guys I wasn't having a good day. But city councils demonize police.
Their own police departments, then vote to cut police budgets.
Well, we've seen increases in crime rates in places that are over patrolled by police as well. So we'll see how this affects things. Like, crime rates increasing immediately after a police budget cut doesn't necessarily indicate. It's not a good reference because crime rates were already increasing before. What you need to do is more of a long-term study on it. And, I understand that that's risky. My brain. It's being hurt. It's being painful to me right now, comrades. After this video, we will definitely go play something, assuming... I don't know what we're going to play. I was going to do World War III. You guys up for that? Let's keep going.
Crime and murder skyrocket. The victims are almost all minorities.
We could do Lost Ark also.
Prosecutors refuse to prosecute hardened criminals. Instead, they let the criminals back on the streets to prey on law-abiding, hard-working citizens.
Okay, this one hurts me real bad. I really don't want to find. Let me see. Self-stylized progressive prosecutors often refuse to prosecute hardened criminals. What's your source? Ah, yes, the Heritage Foundation, the ones who literally lied about Oh god, what was it last time we saw them for? Oh no. Oh god, what was it? It was election fraud. They claimed that there was tons of election fraud, and then when like they actually provided the evidence for it, and then when you looked through the evidence, there was actually an amazingly small amount of election fraud. We did a stream on it before, but that stream might be archived somewhere on YouTube. Not sure. It's definitely not available to look at right now, though. Maybe we'll find. We'll look at it again sometime. Right now, we gotta stay on topic. I'm not gonna ADHD my way about everything. Progressive prosecutors sabotage the rule of law, raise crime rates, and ignore victims. Wait. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, full report. I kept scrolling past that word apparently. American prosecutor should seek, protect, and blah blah. Yes, we understand what prosecutors do. Well, we may. Maybe some of you don't. I don't know. Everyone's different. And if you don't, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. We all have our expertise. The so-called progressive prosecutor movement, or as we refer to it, the rogue prosecutor, upends the tradition. Blah blah blah. What? Give me evidences. Show me what has happened. What are you talking about? Wait. Crime rates are the lowest they have been in decades. Incarceration rates also the lowest they have been in decades. This did not happen by accident, nor did it happen because of the policy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These things are all new. They're newly happening. Oh my god. I'm gonna slam my head against the desk. Guys. Why is PragerU so stupid? And so is this freaking F these guys. No, I'm not doing this anymore. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
Again, mostly black people. That's only a few of many examples. It's shocking, but commonplace. Every day in every major city, people of color are living in this oppressive, patronizing environment. These prejudices, literally prejudgments,
okay, that's what prejudices mean.
Make it more and more difficult for black people and other minorities to improve their lives, the very opposite of what the goal should be. In other words, the very people claiming to have black people's and minorities' best interest at
Isn't your heart in the center of your chest? Not
heart
sorry.
are instituting the very policies and attitudes that are holding them back. Sounds like systemic racism to me. And it makes you think that we're not moving forward as a pluralistic, equal opportunity nation, but backward into Jim Crow. Now, here's the kicker. It's not those horrible, nasty, bigoted, misogynistic, authoritarian nationalists on the right who are imposing these crushing rules and policy prescriptions. It's the woke left. The side that I revered as a beacon of tolerance. The side that I thought was on the right side of history up until a few years ago. In fact, I was so committed.
Up until you got paid, right?
I got a Black Lives Matter tattoo. I still have it. But then I had to face reality. It's the ideology of the left that has set back young students of color with lower education standards.
Once again, can we point out Democrats are not the left? Please don't do that. They're not. They're not. If the Democrats have messed up education, it's the Democrats' fault. Don't blame the left for that. But we found no evidence of that from what we just read. We literally just went through so much information just to try to prove them wrong. Or no, not to prove them wrong, to find their sources and find out if they were true. And some of the things they said were weird. I give them credit for that. But nonetheless, there's also a lot of things that were definitely just false.
That calls for pulling cops out of high crime areas and replacing them with social workers. That states that skin color is...
Oh my god. Many people actually suggest adding social workers. It's like in addition to, in order to help people with, let's say somebody has, I don't know, some type of mental disability, and they're going on some type of, like, they're throwing a fit of some kind, and people are worried. We don't want someone to shoot them, because that's happened multiple times. All right? We want someone to go out there to be able to talk to them.
It's more important than character, more important than anything.
No.
Yes, it is the woke left that is systemically racist, not America.
My God.
The race hoax epidemic is proof. There have been dozens of these hoaxes over the last few years. Nooses on garages,
Yes.
the N-word on dorm rooms, this is MAGA country taunts on cold city streets. Virtually every one of them has been faked. The demand for racism exceeds the supply.
There's also been fake. I mean, I would have to like verify every source that she just said, and I'm sure that there's going to be a bunch of things down there if we look through. Hoax attack. Wait, are they only offering one hoax? Wait. Oh no. Hate crime hoaxes are more common than you think. Local scientists. What are your sources again? Wall Street Journal. Oh, I'm dying, guys. Help me, comrades. This is killing me. USA. I can't even speak anymore. Yo, yeah. Forget about that one. Okay, that one did happen. Someone was a hoax. Anyway, look, there are also like hoaxes from the other side, which we just may have read one when we were talking about the education system thing. So, like, well, let's just agree that people do stupid stuff, all right? How about that?
If racism against Black people or any other minority group was rampant, you wouldn't have to fake it to convince people how bad things are.
You don't have to fake it to convince people how bad things are. People just want freaking stories, all right? Oh my God. You don't have to fake it for there to be like the Jewish guy that was beaten up on the subway in New York, and you don't, and then the Muslim dude that saved him. You don't have to fake it for the people that get shot unarmed, like the one man who was literally reaching for his glove box. He told the officer, "Hey, my documents are in my glove box, but I also have a gun there. I need to reach for the glove box to get my documents. Please, like, don't shoot me." And then he shoots him anyway. Like, these things happen too. It's not just the hoaxes, all right?
Did anyone fake racism in the South in the 1950s? But there is so little now that the race-obsessed woke left has manufactured unconscious racism and microaggressions to fool people into believing
Oh, I have a microaggression going on right now in my head.
America is systemically racist. That's not to say racism doesn't exist. Of course it does. There will always be small-minded people, but their numbers are as small as their minds. And in case you're thinking of George Floyd, please know that even Minnesota's leftist attorney general admitted the incident had nothing to do with Floyd being Black. My father and millions of Africans didn't immigrate to America
Yikes. That's a hot take.
So that they could live in a racist society. They immigrated so that they could have opportunities that were only available to them here. So, to all the leftists out there, I understand why you believe what you believe. I was once one of you. But it's time to ask yourself some questions.
Okay,
Is it
I'm listening.
really helping
For real.
Black people to tell them they're not as responsible for their actions as anyone else?
Nobody's telling them that. If someone's telling them that, then they're not telling people the right thing. Okay, go on.
Isn't it condescending, if not outright bigoted, to expect less from somebody purely based on their race?
Yes, and I don't believe that leftists are doing that. I think that we're instead trying to argue that there are situations in life, especially if you are poor, that can hold you back, and if you are biased against, and that sometimes people get held back, and that's not their fault. Does that mean that we expect them to just not, try and be the great people that we hope they can be? Hell no. I don't care if you're Black, white, Asian, what the hell you are. I expect you to try to be a good person. I expect you to try your best. But like, your best, depending on your situation, might not get you as far as someone else's best. And I don't like that. I want to change that. I want it so that your best is the same as someone else's best. Well, obviously based on what your best is in comparison. You know what I mean? Equal opportunity. Thank you. There we go. That's the word.
Isn't it clear that we should judge each person on their merits, not their skin color?
Exactly. It's a shame that we don't do that first one in this country. I mean, this is not a meritocracy, let's be honest. When was the last time, like, you were working really, really hard at your job and your boss walked up and they were like, you know what? I noticed that you work really, really hard. I'm going to give you a raise.
Wouldn't that do more to create an equitable society than 100 government programs? Yes, there really is systemic racism, and it's hurting the country, but it's not coming from the direction you think. Once you realize that, everything changes. I'm Lepanobi for Prager University.
Wait, what's her name? Amala, right? Oh, what was I calling her earlier? Did I call her Amala?
That, everything changes.
I called her Amala. That's what I did. I'm sorry. I mispronounced your name. I apologize, Amala.
I'm Lepanobi for Prager University. Thank you for watching.
Well, comrades. First of all, let's get Amala off our channel. Amala, go away. Just go away, please. All right, now. No. This is. I need to relax for a second, guys. Hold on. We're gonna talk about this, but Spence needs something to relax his mind. What the hell can I listen to? Holy crap! Give me something chill. What do I got that's chill, guys? Give me something chill, please. Chill. Where is my chill? I know I've got chill. How about this? Is this chill? Whew. It's chill enough. Let's find another one. What's this one? Let me get some water real quick too. I ran out of water during that. One sec, comrade. I'm still here. Getting up. Grab some water. Okay. So. What did we learn? Whew. That hurt. That hurt so bad. I mean, we broke down most of the stuff. If you guys missed it, please check back on the stream later. You can always look back at things. Feel free to clip things too if you want. Take bets in context though, please. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But basically, some of what Amala said seems to be fake. Some of what Amala said was kind of weird. She's right in the weirdness of it. But the conclusions that she comes to based on that weirdness are completely irrational. The Democrats are not left-wing. Please do not ever buy that right-wing talking point. Some Democrats might be left-wing, but no. The Democratic Party on average is not. In addition to that, I'm pretty sure that left-wing economics are not an issue when it comes to if you're doing the improper teaching methods. That's a totally different topic. That's not improper education. It's not a left-wing issue. Quite frankly, I feel like everything we already said covers it. I don't even know if we need to recap. Guys, just remember to keep fighting for a better future. Don't become like Amala. Keep the hope, because we can make this world a better place. Again, I continue to argue education, wealth redistribution, healthcare. 3 extremely important things that not only lower our crime rate, increase our job growth, but also to advance our technology further. You will make a much better world. In the meantime, comrades, Spets is amazingly tired after all this. I'm real sorry, but I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end it with us doing just the Exclusion Zone today. I really want to do some gaming with you guys, but it'd be better if I take a little break, a little bit of a longer break than usual. We're definitely going to be doing some gaming at the 7 p.m. stream, CST time, by the way. I might even, who knows, maybe I start stream early, or maybe we go later because of this. But I'm drained, guys. I'm sorry. So I will say, as always, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being awesome. Please continue to be awesome. Continue to support the revolution, comrades. Speaking of supporting the revolution, ! Discord in chat, but I will drop that. In addition to that, we have started to post things on YouTube finally. Finally, it's about time. But we also did a TikTok thing. We're just putting clips on there for now, but eventually maybe we'll put some other things on there. Who knows? I'll also throw them on YouTube Shorts though. So if you just like YouTube, if you just like TikTok, if you just like Twitch, you know, I'll try to make sure everything has everything, so you guys don't have to like go to every single platform to find what you want. It's more of a convenience thing, so that way other people can find things that they want on different areas. We'll see how we work it out. But anyway, comrades, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. Probably eat, because I don't thinking back on it, I haven't eaten today. No, I haven't eaten since last night. So yeah, I'm gonna get some food, chill a little bit, and if we don't come back early, like I said, we'll definitely be here for 7 p.m. CST. So come back, hang out. We'll play something. You know, maybe we'll do Lost Ark. Maybe we'll do World War III. Maybe we'll do Final Fantasy. Like, whatever you guys want. We'll figure it out. Anyway. Please, comrades, take care of yourselves, your loved ones, and peace. I just realized that's the wrong screen. Where's our ending screen now? That's the old one. Oh, it's here. Sorry about that, guys.